What's up? The hat is back. It's been in storage for a long time, just sitting in the drawers. Didn't know if it ever return again. Actually, I knew it would return. This is not my usual spot where I plan on doing reviews. Is usually I go to a certain spot after I see, a movie, but my kids are playing right there and they're screaming out loud and blah, blah, blah. So, and also say one more thing, they'll get right into it. Is I did say when I start this new channel, I will not be talking about idiot movie reviewers, and to keep my reviews short. But I'm gonna have to say a little bit, only a little bit, but I'll say it after my review. So where I placed this movie for this year, I place it in best movie of the year, and I'm being serious. As in, if I'm comparing it to these kind of movies where it's like CGI or just action, it's just something like entertainment movie where your brain's not like too turned off, but it's kind of like turn off. You're just there to enjoy yourself. And I'm comparing it with only 3 movies that I know that I think I remember buying of this year that has that tone. And this is first place, as in comparing to those movies. Second place is Predator's Badlands, and third place is Ballerina. And for people who are getting into all that gun thing, wonder why would I do that, when it's not CGI. It's just Ballerina I didn't care about her mission. I was entertained, but I just didn't really care about her mission, but I did, enjoy Ballerina. So, but if I would say best movie of the year, that's, trying to be, a story, it's The Long Walk. So I have to do a separate video. Maybe I will do a video, go over certain things, but I think that's good enough to explain how I picked my best movie of the year of this year. I probably bought more movies this year that came out this year. Oh yeah, I did buy, I forgot about How to Train Your Dragon. I didn't even think about that, but we're just moving on. So would I replace it and, Avatar 1, 2, and 3, I put it in second place. And the reason why is, Avatar 1, I just enjoyed it. It wasn't really all about the CGI. I did like the CGI, but it wasn't like the visuals or anything. No, it was just, I liked the story. I thought, I felt something when the falling tree happened, and that last battle gave me thrill where I became that character where I felt his, what he was feeling, and I was like, come on, I felt that final battle. I love that final battle. I really, I had thrill with that one. Avatar 2, let's say. This is kind of part where I want to talk about movie reviewers, and so that's what I'm trying to think. Do I talk about them now to go over, let's go over there now. But Avatar 1 is in second place, and we'll talk about something that I want to say real quickly. Jeremy, you're an idiot again. And the thing is, when he said Avatar 2 was awesome, spectacular, I knew to expect that because he's supposed to say that. And I had a feeling worried about this movie here coming up. He's not going to do it again because he had to go back into what he said after his next review. He says, well, a lot of people didn't like my review for Avatar 2. No, really? Because it wasn't awesome, spectacular, or whatever he calls it. I don't care what he calls it. But he's always been an idiot, always been saying that, but that's in my old channel, and I will leave those videos up for those old channels. And Avatar 2, like Avatar 1 was okay. Avatar 2 was scratching at the word okay, like barely okay, but I realized I enjoyed it more when I had it at home watching it hour a day instead of just straight through. But it was just scratching at the word okay. Like I said, the visuals don't get me. I don't be like, oh my gosh, it's so beautiful, Avatar 2, it was just scratching at the word okay, and I felt by the end of Avatar 2, I kind of don't really care to see the next one. That's kind of by will, and I was saying that in my review, but I was saying, I'm just drained from it now. It's just like, but Avatar 2 had a thrilling ending. So Avatar 2, like I said, sorry I keep saying Avatar 2, but make sure you understand where I'm at. It had this like, okay flow, like scratch at the word okay, but that part where he says, let's get it done, and they start doing that fight, I really was like, I got into it, and I get the names mixed up with Jake and Sully. And I meant to explain that when it came to Avatar 1, talking about how I felt Jake, when he said, I think he said that in the first one, let's get it done. And what did he say in the second one? Maybe he said the same thing, I remember. But I really felt like that ending went dark. I really enjoyed that ending there. I just felt like, we'll get to those reviewers. Avatar 3, it was enjoyable, but when it got to the final ending, that's where it just felt like you kind of felt this kind of, it didn't beat the first two, the ending. It was just, you're watching CGI. Now, to say real quickly about the reviewers, what I was saying about Jeremy, let's start with Jeremy real quick, but that's my review, if you understand, that's my review. But Jeremy, I had a feeling that he was going to not give it a good review and probably say, see it at home or something. And I had a feeling like he's going to be wrong with this one. Like Avatar 2, I knew he was going to be full of shit, seeing some, whatever. But Avatar 3, I figured, no, he's going to like give it a lower score because he thinks he's supposed to or something. And I wasn't, and the thing is, I kept hearing the same line where they're trying to say it's a rip off the last one or something, and they're just repeating himself. No, Avatar 2 is repeating itself. This is why I had to bring up the other people. Avatar 2 was repeating itself. It was beat by beat from the first one. It was when they took out the well in the second one. They played the same song they did from the tree. And then the boy was being Jake's story. It was just like, you're repeating and you're playing the same music. Avatar 3, the bits and pieces they have, it's like trying to say, when people are trying to say, let's boycott the movie Live because there's an alien in their space, so it's a rip-off of that movie, or some movie I didn't really see until I watched it free on bootleg. What is it called? Black Phone. I didn't like the first one. That's why I didn't really care to see the second one, and And they're trying to say, well, he's going in their dreams, rip off Freddy Krueger, and they're like, there's nothing to like, nothing at all. So what I'm saying is, no, it might have some similarities where something about swimming and you gotta get between these rocks while something is trying to grab you. There's similarities like that, but no, it felt very different to me. It's just the ending kind of had a tone that I don't want to spoil of one of the endings of, between 1 and 2. And, I don't watch many trailers, so I don't get spoiled. So even though the clips I did see, I did get spoiled a little bit, and I was trying to stay very away from trailers. They show too much for this movie. What else is there to say? And, that's really about it. What I want to say about the other reviewers is what they were saying about, how they like the second one the best or something. I'm like, no, second one was just boring. I mean, it wasn't just boring. It was not better than the first one. Let's just say that. And the third one just didn't have, it didn't beat the first one's ending and the second one's ending. I was enjoying it all the way up until the ending. It was just, fine. It was just kind of like you're just watching a CGI battle, which wasn't bad. It was just didn't live up to, I didn't have a thrill. I was just watching. And it leaves you where they can, of course, have a sequel. But, one more thing I want to say, and I told myself I want to be short, and I'm not, is my fear was walking this movie. You heard something about the director saying this is the last one. Depends on how many people want another. That's always a bad sign. And then something I saw title says James Cameron is done with trying to walk away from Avatar. I was thinking, dude, what did you do? But no, it was fine. But I don't know what he could do anymore. Like I feel like I just don't know because. With battle wise, I just don't know what you can do because that ending. It was like, I just, not that much different than what we have seen, but it was still okay, so it's, alright, so it's the second best one because Avatar 2 is, I cannot stand that part when they were going after that well and they play that stupid song, not stupid, playing it again, of cutting down a tree. And there were so many other similarities from the first one. I felt like when a fish was trying to get him and another, get in between. I feel like that was the same thing as the first one when he was running from that like cat kind of thing. But anyway, so I gotta go. Second best one out of the 3. So I am still willing to see another if this one does well. All right, peace. Gotta go.